Hey guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel. My name is Trish, and in today's video I'll be doing my top 10 apps that you should have if you're moving to China or traveling to China. First app is a social media slash payment app, and it's called WeChat. What is your life in China if you have no WeChat? It's like you need it to communicate with other people, because most people will give you their WeChat ID as opposed to their cell phone number. So yeah, most people just call each other using WeChat, and they text on WeChat as opposed to sending SMSs. So it's really great to have WeChat. Secondly, you can use your WeChat to make payments at the grocery store, to buy tickets, and literally to do anything. But in order to use your WeChat payment system or wallet, you need to have a Chinese bank account. That's the downside. The second payment method that I use is Alipay, because it's one of the biggest payment methods, and with that you also need a Chinese bank account. The second category of apps are VPNs. You literally need VPNs for anything Western. So your YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, all of that won't work in China unless you have a VPN. So there are two types of VPNs. You have paid VPNs and free VPNs. The paid ones can be pricey, but if you get like a longer time, it's like a year or 6 month plan, it's much cheaper than if you just get a month-to-month plan. Anyways, my favorite free ones are Turbo VPN and VPN Master. My favorite paid one is actually Astral and NordVPN, as opposed to everyone's ExpressVPN. I mean, everyone says ExpressVPN. I don't mean to be trashing ExpressVPN, but I tried it, and in my city, maybe it's my city, but it just didn't work so good. So I canceled that and I went with Astral. And Astral has been amazing and really fast for me. So yeah, it's really up to you. I suggest you try it out. Maybe try it out for the first month, and then if you are good with the connection and it works really well for you in your city, then you can obviously just get the longer term. Third category is shopping. So the most popular shopping app in China is Taobao. With Taobao, you can literally shop anything from grocery shopping to clothing to furniture. Literally anything you want, just go into Taobao and it's there. And it's usually cheaper than if you went to a supermarket or a mall. The only thing that I'm really worried about with Taobao is that sometimes the items aren't really the best quality, or if you're buying international brands such as Cadbury and stuff like that, they might not be, how do I say this, original. Yeah, they might be fake or counterfeit stuff. So yes, in terms of that, I think that if you're looking for quality on Taobao, you should use the Tmall option, which is more established, verified shops on Taobao. My second favorite shopping app in China is JD, mainly because it's really fast. So if I want something and I want it super fast, like same day delivery or next day delivery, I'll go with JD.com, because it's just quicker. Taobao usually for my city takes about 2 to 3 days or more. JD is same day or next day, which is awesome. So when I first came to China, I couldn't really use Taobao because I hadn't set up my Chinese bank account, and I didn't have Alipay, which meant I couldn't use Taobao. And during that time, I used an app called Pandaboo, which it's a website and an app at the same time. So you can use the website or you can use the app. I prefer the website, but they have an app for that, so that's why I'm including it here. First, it's in English, and you can connect it to your PayPal account, which means that you can still enjoy Chinese shopping and quick delivery without having the Chinese. Literally just like Taobao, but in English, and it costs a little bit more. Not that much, there's not that much of a difference, but it's a little bit more costly than Taobao because they gotta make money somehow. But it's really great, and it has a great support, customer care support thing. So if you have a problem with your goods, it's much easier to return them as opposed to with Taobao, because it's usually in Chinese. And speaking to the Taobao people, or the store that you bought something from on Taobao, is much more difficult because they usually Chinese speaking. The fourth fourth category is traveling. So when traveling, you need a place to stay and you need transportation. So you can do all of that bookings on WeChat. So with WeChat, you can book buses, trains, hotels, and you can book like tickets to maybe enter an amusement park or whatever. But the downside is that it's often in Chinese, and in order to do that, if you don't speak Chinese like myself, you need a Chinese friend to help you with that. If you don't have access to a Chinese speaking person, you can use Trip.com. Trip.com offers you what WeChat offers you, but in English. So basically, and you can use other payment methods other than WeChat Pay. So with Trip.com, you can book trains, you can book a hotel, as well as car rentals and many other things like tours. And it's really amazing because you also get suggestions of places to go and things like that. So I really like Trip.com. And it's similar prices that you'd find on WeChat anyway, so it's not like extra expensive or anything like that. If you're doing solo traveling and you want to meet other travelers who are solo traveling or like traveling in groups, whatever, you can also try an app called Hostelworld, which allows you to book hostels, but most of the hostels will usually have a lot of tourists or people that are traveling around, so you get to meet new people. It's actually really fun and very affordable, cheap. So if you're not like the fancy type, want to live in 5-star hotels, Hostelworld is an amazing option for cheap, affordable accommodation, which allows you to like meet other tourists or people that you can like piggyback along with to their trips, especially if you're a first time solo traveler and you just like finding your ropes. You can meet amazing people who can like point you to places that maybe you could go to and stuff like that. They're really cool and they make amazing friends. The other traveling apps I would suggest is bike sharing apps such as Ofo or Mobike, but you don't necessarily have to download these because you can access bike sharing services using your Alipay. But if you don't have Alipay, obviously you can download the app and use that. I love these because they're such a great way to explore your new city or whatever city that you're visiting, and it's so cheap. You can literally go to little nice places for like two kwai. It's amazing. Try it. It's really amazing. The last traveling app is Didi. Didi is basically the Uber of China. You can use it to get anywhere, literally. It's amazing and it's very convenient. I use it more than I use the bus system, so yeah, that's how convenient it is for me, particularly because I live in a small town where we don't. My tip for using Didi is that you should so when you book your Didi, you should go into the app and message the driver and just say, hi, I'm at this place. So maybe you can say I'm next to the supermarket, or I'm outside the supermarket, or I'm by the gate and I can't speak Chinese. Because what usually happens is when your Didi arrives, they call you, but it's very awkward if you don't speak Chinese. So it's always, for me, I found that it was easier to just text the driver saying, hey, I'm at this place and I'm wearing this. Maybe I'm wearing a red t-shirt, or I'm a foreigner. They'll usually find you if you're a foreigner because you stand out pretty well. And my fifth category of apps are language learning apps. So if you're gonna live in China, you really should try learning basic Chinese, mainly because most people in China cannot speak English, so you really will struggle with communicating with people in general. If you just want to communicate with people, I have two of my favorite apps. First one is Baidu Translate. I specifically chose Baidu Translate as opposed to iTranslate or Google Translate because one, you can use it without a VPN, two, it's free, and it's a Chinese app, so it works really well with in China for me. The second one is a Chinese English dictionary, very popular amongst people learning Chinese or expats, and it's Pleco. It's also free and it's amazing. And then if you want to learn Chinese and you want to learn it through apps, I suggest you download Hello Chinese. It's free and it's amazing. I've been using it to learn Chinese. The second one, which is similar to Hello Chinese, is called Chinese Skill. And then I also like an app called Hello Talk. Hello Talk is basically an app that allows you to meet Chinese people who are learning English, and then they'll help you learn Chinese, and in return you help them learn English. It's basically a language exchange app. And my third one is an app slash website, and it's called Udemy. So there are lots of free Chinese courses on Udemy that you can take, and I will show you a picture or a screenshot of my favorite Chinese course here, which is free, and I loved it so much because it gives you like it gives you the basics of learning how to ask how much something is and hello and all those things. Yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thanks for watching, and 再见!